My name is Ashley Jackson, and for the past trimester, just like you, I have been studying World Indigenous knowledges. Today we will be exploring cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation, and how it can be represented through art form. Before further exploring this topic, I did not realise that this is a real issue in today's society. To explain and unpack cultural appropriation, I will be using the art form of spoken word to further illustrate this issue. Using examples from Indigenous artists, we will explore the culture and heritage that is most often taken from cultures without fully understanding the true meaning from the culture. When it comes to cultural appropriation, it can be challenging to find one definition. Rather than defining cultural appropriation in the textbook way, instead let's fully unpack this topic. The word appropriate means to take something for yourself, make it your own, and use it for your own use, and add your own meaning to it. This is usually done without permission or fully understanding exactly what you are taking. As Rosanna Deerchild expresses in her video, cultural appropriation is when someone takes elements of a culture not their own, remakes it, and reducing it into something that is a meaningless pop culture item. Cultural appropriation is one of the many hot topics most commonly shown throughout the media. Marc Jacobs entered into headlines with his spring show in 2017 when he featured models walking down the catwalk in fake dreadlocks, along with his model wearing headdresses in a photo shoot. As Rosanna Deerchild explains in her video, headdresses are a sacred item and are to be earned, not just worn for dress up. Here she explains how the headdresses are sacred and holds great value. From this we can see how dressing up as a native Indian for that party and putting on that headdress can be cultural appropriation, as we have not earned the right to wear the headdress.
That headdress, for example, traditionally a headdress is gifted to leaders who have earned the right to wear one. Receiving a headdress involves ceremonies and protocols and is considered to be a sacred item, and it takes many years for these leaders to earn one.
Cultural appropriation is everywhere, a sad but very true fact that not many people know that they are giving in to an act that is potentially causing a lot of upset in many cultures. As two young African Americans, Crystal Valentine and Alia Jihad, address in their spoken word poem, "We are stealing cultures and making them our own without any rights to do so." Here is a small snippet of their powerful poem. Please take a minute to hear what they have to say about cultural appropriation.
Oh, they will not block trivia their way into our family dinner table.
It's not just that you take what we create.
It's that it always gets lost in translation.
I say Bantu knots.
You give me mini buns. I say cornrows.
You give me boxer braids.
I say hip hop. You give me Macklemore.
I say Nene. You give me Hillary Clinton on Ellen.
I say nigga. You say nigga. This has never been a conversation. It's been a shitty game of telephone.
It's been your ear pressed to the keyhole at the front door of the function.
It's been you cutting my mic and singing the song I wrote. It's not that we don't trust white people. It's that y'all really think my black looks better on you. It's that you think getting black dick makes you black.
It's that you're having black babies who'll grow up to be the black women you torment.
It's that you white people have called me a racist more times than you've called Darren Wilson a murderer. But no more. We are taking our culture back. We are packing up our shit and leaving. We are leaving white folk to be creative on their goddamn own.
So how can we avoid cultural appropriation, I hear you ask? I'm so glad you mentioned this. Instead of taking others' cultures and ignoring its heritage from where it perhaps started or what it means to that specific culture and making it your own just for that costume party or to fit in with the up-to-date pop culture, why not do your own research to what is culturally appropriate? Instead, let's highlight the importance of heterogeneous citizens within society and Indigenous communities, and let's allow them to showcase their traditions and where their heritage comes from using the correct art forms and meanings. As a pre-service teacher, I aim to educate myself, and I will ensure that I make a conscious effort to ensure that cultural appropriation is understood and make it an effort to ensure that my students have cultural appreciation towards marginalised cultures. My take-home message for you today is, next time you have that dress-up party, think before you put on that headdress or you get your hair braided into cornrows. Don't just follow the common pop culture trends. Culturally appreciate other cultures without stealing their sacred dress code and items. Find another costume. Why not dress up as that cool disco person from the 70s? So please, next time you get invited to that dress-up party, remember, cultural appreciation, not appropriation.